All units be advised, Cosworth. In Britain in the 1990s, that single word was enough to spike adrenaline. Why? Because the Ford Sierra and Escort RS Cosworths weren't fast. They were untouchable. Turbocharged rally monsters boast up to 227 horsepower. They feature four-wheel drive grip and aerodynamic spoilers that look like they're built for battle. Built for racing and hijacked by the streets. Criminals knew the police couldn't match the speed or the nerve. What happens when a machine made for rally legends becomes the getaway car of choice? A hero on the track, a villain in the city. It wasn't a car, it was controversy on four wheels. Feared, respected, unforgettable. Was it Ford's masterpiece or a mistake that escaped the lab? Born to race, bred for crime. In the 1980s, Ford of Europe was desperate to reclaim its motorsport crown. With Formula One slipping away, Group A touring cars became the new battleground. The mission? Build 5,000 street-legal beasts to qualify. Their unlikely hero, the Ford Sierra. A family car turned monster thanks to Cosworth engineering. Under its hood, the YBB engine roared, a turbocharged 2-liter inline-4 with forged pistons and a Garrett T3. It launched with 204 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds, and a top speed of 150 miles per hour. Add rear-wheel drive, a limited slip diff, and that famous whale-tail spoiler. It wasn't fast, it was fierce. Then came its evolution, the Escort RS Cosworth. It was smaller and angrier with the same Cosworth DNA. Now it had a wider stance and came with advanced all-wheel drive. Its motorsport-ready chassis made it an icon in the WRC. Its aggressive aero shouts speed from every angle. Both cars dominated on track and exploded in underground culture. Tuners idolized them. Criminals weaponized them. Police couldn't catch them. The RS Cosworth combined performance and danger, whether on the track or in a chase. Built to win races, hijacked by the streets. Legends born from adrenaline and baptized in smoke and sirens. The RS 500 and racing royalty. If the Sierra RS Cosworth was a street fighter, the RS 500 was a heavyweight champion. The RS 500, launched in 1987, was the final evolution of the Sierra Cosworth. This car had already carved out its place in motorsport history. Ford produced only 500 units. Each one aims to be more aggressive, powerful, and focused on racing than previous models. The RS 500 was impressive. It had upgrades that went beyond the standard Cosworth. A bigger Garrett T4 turbocharger took the place of the T3. This change brought a big boost in power and performance. Ford improved the engine by adding thicker cylinder walls. This change boosts durability in tough conditions. A bigger intercooler and better oil cooling kept the car cool during races. An extra set of fuel injectors, usually for race cars, pushed the engine to its limits. The stock power rated at 224 horsepower, but in race trim, the RS 500 produced over 500 horsepower. This made it a strong competitor against any rival on the circuit. The RS 500 was a force in World Touring Car Championship racing. The Eggenberger Motorsport RS 500, dressed in Texaco livery, left BMW's E30 M3 in the dust. In the BTCC, it became a legend, and in DTM, it held its own against Germany's finest. It also swept the ATCC in Australia until Nissan's Skyline GTR Godzilla appeared. Though its reign ended, the RS 500 had already left a significant mark on racing history. Off the track, it symbolized speed and rebellion. Tuners and organized crime both admired it. Born to race, bred for crime, the RS 500's legacy is one of raw power, speed, and defiance. The streets of Britain. As the 90s began, the UK saw a rise in joyriding and car thefts. The Ford Sierra RS Cosworth was at the center of this epidemic. It mixed speed and stealth, but also had its weaknesses. The Cosworth was quick, topping 150 miles per hour, and had a low profile, allowing it to blend in with traffic. The absence of modern security features made it a simple target for thieves. They knew it had great value on the black market. On 28th April 1992, Cosworth's criminal notoriety reached a new level. At 3:30 a.m., a Sierra Cosworth and a Porsche 911 crashed into a Currys in Swindon. They stole 10,000 pounds worth of electronics. The police chased the Cosworth on the M4 motorway. It hit 140 miles per hour, outsmarted them, and then vanished into the night. Someone left a Porsche in Bristol. 6 hours later, someone found the Cosworth in an abandoned garage. Its engine was still warm. This incident confirmed that the Cosworth is the UK's most stolen car. Its speed and quickness help criminals choose it as their favorite. As a result, insurance costs for hot hatches doubled. Some companies even stopped insuring Cosworths completely. Ford's legendary motorsport creation turned into a symbol of speed and danger. It appeared on tracks and streets alike. Fighting fire with fire. The police were losing. Car thefts, joyriding, and criminal pursuits were on the rise. Law enforcement in the northeast of the UK was having a tough time keeping up. Then Northumbria police took a bold step that stunned the nation. They bought the enemy. They got a fleet of 20 unmarked Sierra RS Cosworths. These cars are sleek and subtle, with enough horsepower to match the criminals they chase. These high-performance machines had officers trained for high-speed chases. They also had local knowledge and strong capabilities. The results were clear. Auto crime fell by 15% in 1 year. This was a remarkable shift in the fight against car crime, but Ford wasn't done yet. In 1992, they launched the Escort RS Cosworth, a new weapon in both the racing world and the war against crime. Critics saw it as another high-performance car, but it was far more than that. On the outside, it seemed like a standard front-wheel drive Escort. Yet inside, it held the renowned Cosworth YBT engine. Now with 224 horsepower and all-wheel drive. The torque split, 34% front, 66% rear, was calibrated to achieve rally domination. The Escort was first made to compete with Lancia, Subaru, and Mitsubishi in Group A rallying. Later, it became a pursuit vehicle. It wasn't a competitor. It became the car that police could use to finally gain the upper hand on the streets. At that time, the price was steep, 30,000 pounds, which is nearly 80,000 pounds today. Critics scoffed at the cost until the crime stats changed. One former officer said, "You'd hear the call, recognize it as a Cosworth, and pray it was one of ours." The Cosworth wasn't just a car, it symbolized law enforcement's battle against rampant crime. The end of the line. But like all legends, nothing lasts forever. By 1996, they retired the Escort RS Cosworth. New emissions laws and rising insurance costs created big problems for Ford in continuing to make the high-performance hatchback. The automotive landscape was evolving, and Ford knew it had to adapt. The change started with the Focus platform. It is a lighter, safer, and cheaper vehicle. The Cosworth badge has now faded into history. It appears for a short time in future models like the Focus RS and ST170. Even after Ford fully acquired Cosworth Racing, the wild spirit of the Sierra and Escort RS never came back. No one could replicate the raw, unfiltered DNA that made the Cosworth a street king and a rally legend. The special blend of championship wins and back-alley burnouts has vanished, leaving only memories behind. The ghost still haunts. In the car community, the Cosworth name stands for engineering excellence. It is a symbol of performance and innovation. For the police officers of the 90s, it's a flashback to excitement, high-speed chases, and countless hours spent pursuing shadows that frequently slipped into the night. To thieves, it was the golden ticket, a car that could be easily stolen and driven far beyond the reach of the law. To racers, it was the ultimate rival, a machine that earned respect for its prowess on the track and in the streets. The Cosworth was a paradox. It lived two lives, one in the light, dominating races across Europe, and one in the shadows, evading police and vanishing into legend. As one 1992 report concluded, the police car had broken free of the traffic, just too late to catch them. And like that, the Cosworth would disappear, leaving behind only stories of its triumphs and escapes. No one forgets the Cosworth. If the story of the Ford Sierra and Escort RS Cosworth excited you, please like this video. Then subscribe for more explorations of the cars that defined an era. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.